If you are looking for a game that perfectly recreates the honor and grace of Napoleonic warfare, you have not come to the right place.
Cognitive behavioral therapy.
Go gambling.
It's good.
Yes, who doesn't love gambling? Dude? We love
Never
it.
don't win if you don't gamble.
25%.
Let's go gambling. I can't stop winning. They do the electroshock shit to me and it makes me...
Holdfast is technically a game about old-timey war, but in reality it is an elaborate facade created to test the limits of proximity chat's effects on the human mind. This is so... I don't even know what to make of this. This game might remind you of Napoleonic Wars, a fantastic multiplayer mod turned DLC for Mount and Blade Warband. That DLC is an elegant, if dated, depiction of early 19th century warfare in wonderful multiplayer glory. Holdfast, on the contrary, is essentially a playable deep-fried meme. the brief pause in gunfire and violence for the chorus of Police Navidad to kick in. It's just... I mean, you can't write that. Proximity chat is almost always a great choice in my book, but not having separate channels for each team was a fantastic choice. In the slower paced style of warfare seen in this game, when you are so often within shouting distance of the guys trying to kill you, some very unique trash talking occurs. With the firearms being so archaic, your sword or bayonet is just as important. The melee gameplay is janky at best. Dude, the melee is... What? It's still very fun, but it's not very satisfying. Mount and Blade shines pretty dramatically over Holdfast in this regard. But where Holdfast does shine is during turns of momentum, those pivotal, electrified moments where you get to feel you're part of a giant battle unfolding. The chaos of hundreds of musket-wielding players shouting and shooting, pushing and pulling is unparalleled in this game. When a charge happens, you feel the rush of running across the open towards the enemy lines. With so many players on each team, up to like 100 in some servers, Holdfast operates on sort of a mob mentality social experiment style of match design. Officers desperately try to pull together some sort of order while artillerymen fire wildly into the distance, sappers flip tables, and somebody plays on the mic. It's that tug of war between chaos and organization that feels entirely unique to this title. The moments of brief organization usually happen when one officer gets a few people organized and nearby players start to fall in behind.
Just stay down, stay at the back.
We're trying to bait them to come into the middle. They're gonna seem to the hill. No, back up, stay backed up. Come on, boys, come on.
This creates these momentum flashpoints where your team can alter the course of the match. Shit, this is fucking awesome. Oh my god. Oh, what a terrible showing for me there. That was so sick though, very cinematic. The muskets release a ton of smoke when fired, so the visibility in areas of intense fighting quickly becomes non-existent, adding to the intensity. Then you respawn at your team's base and suddenly you're back to feeling like you're in a Gmod fever dream. And while I'm sure real strategies and teamwork can be successful, I found that the team doing the most ridiculous thing usually wins. There's a horse. There's a horse. There's a horse 6 stories up in the lighthouse stairs. Because why wouldn't there be? If you want to win, you send your cavalry up to the lighthouse. That's just Napoleonic Wars 101. Despite the constant absurdity of the proximity chat, I found that this game is really quite immersive. Not in a Skyrim, VR, or Insurgency kind of way, obviously, but more in a way where I was 100% engaged with the game and not checking my phone. I wasn't mindlessly playing, but rather engaging with each life and engaging with each battle. There are many things that contribute to this, but I've picked my 5 favorites. One is that while Holdfast is definitely a game built for third person, there are moments when first person is more immersive or advantageous and increases that feeling of being tall hat deep in a giant chaotic battle. What, it jumps you out of first person to load the cannon? Unplayable. Being able to quickly switch between those perspectives is a great feature. Number 2 is the use of ragdoll. Where Mount and Blade had mostly animated death sequences, Holdfast utilizes exaggerated ragdolls to create moments where the teammate next to you gets clotheslined by a musket ball or completely blown off your screen by a cannon. Oh no. Oh my god. 3 is a clever little bit of game design. At the end of a TDM round, instead of being a race to a certain number of kills, one team will run out of respawns. This immediately sends that team into a last stand type of mindset and creates this exciting mini Alamo moment at the end of every single TDM match. Oh, last stand. That's sword time. Great fucking last stand. The Conquest style objective game mode is way more fun to me, but this is a nice touch to TDM, which usually I hate. 4 is construction. Strangely enough, it is the military era of standing out in the open in line battles that benefits the most from a bit of cover here and there. A flip table or short sandbag is enough to give a small group of teammates the edge against a charging group of enemies. Because of the inaccuracy of the weapons, you can actually hastily put up structures under fire without immediately being killed. This has got to be one of the most fun games to play a sapper type role in. 5 is the squad system. It's pretty casual in the public servers, but it is nice to have some semblance of organization within your team and to have someone to follow around. The squad leaders, I'll call them officers for immersion's sake, can place little lines on the ground that instruct the players under their command where to stand. I tend to just tag along with whatever group near me seems to have their shit together. Nicely enough, you can join new squads by simply walking up to a nearby officer and pressing E. You can also do this by walking up to another squad's 10, which acts as their forward spawn point. This is a great feature that facilitates some basic teamwork while also kind of acknowledging the casual nature of this game's teamwork. The gameplay of Holdfast is of course fun, but the real heart of this game comes from the people who play it. The slower pace of the combat allows for storylines to unfold in each game and each life, for banter between both teammates and enemies to get really out of hand, and for each life to feel like a story. It's one of the best games I have played for just kind of hanging out and you're playing a game. It's like pool. You're hanging out and there's a game you're playing, but at least 50% of the fun is just kind of chatting with your boys. Thanks for watching.